Hey friends, welcome to your practice. Today is going to be a mellow, feel-good movement practice where you're going to be finding some familiar postures, some flow. Nothing is going to be too spicy, but it also won't be super static either. If you like to practice with props, go ahead and grab what you need. Maybe light a candle, put on some music, just kind of set your space up for meeting yourself here and separating this moment from the moment before and the moment that will come next. And we're gonna get started in tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hands over your knees. And right away, just move into your body, into exactly what your body is asking you to do right now. We're just gonna explore here for maybe a minute or two. So you can take some shifts side to side. You can of course do cat-cow, dropping your belly and lifting your heart on an inhale. And then pushing the ground away and rounding on an exhale. You can take big circles or barrel rolls through the rib cage or hips. And I always like closing my eyes here and really connecting to my breath, to the sensations in my body, and then just kind of following that with my movement. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. And right away, cultivating this sense of energy, this clear energy moving through your body with the inhales and with the exhales. Moving air in through your nose and then out. Final breath in. And let it go through your mouth this time. Give it a sigh. Good, drop down onto your elbows. Keep your hips stacked over your knees, finding a puppy pose. And we're gonna bend our elbows and bring our thumbs towards the back of our skull. Rest your forehead down. And we're gonna stay here, letting our hearts sink heavier towards the mat, opening up through our shoulders. And feeling that influx of air through the rib cage, finding expansion through the back of the rib cage, the sides, and then a soft exhale out. Making space, and then releasing. One more big breath in. Soften through your skin. Take your thumbs away from the base of your skull. Plant your palms on the mat. And then roll your hips forward so they land on the mat in a Sphinx pose. Forearms and palms are pressing down. Tops of the feet are pressing down. Then reach your heart forward. Scoop it up towards the sky. And then here, take a little shift. So kind of dipping the right shoulder towards the center and twisting over to the left. And then dip the left shoulder down, twist to the right. Doesn't really need to look a certain way. You don't really need to move in time with your breath, but maintain that integrity of your breath. So if you find yourself in a shallow state or jaggedy breaths, back out of the posture, back out of the range of motion, and see if you can find some more softness or fluidity. Hopefully this feels really good on the upper spine, through the shoulders. On your next in-breath, pull the heart forward and up again. Breathe in, push down through your palms. And exhale, roll your shoulders back. Good, stay here. Curl your heels in towards your bottom. So bending your knees, and then we're gonna just take some windshield wipers. This hopefully feels good for your low back. So just a gentle release of the back, gentle mobility through your hips, dropping your feet to the right, and then over to the left. So even though some of these postures we might find today are familiar, make sure you're here still. Make sure you're not just moving through the motions, but meet yourself, meet your day, meet your energy as it is, and see what you find there. See what kind of clearness you can bring in with your breath. Good. Release your feet down, and then we're gonna roll onto our right hip bone and straighten our right elbow. So kind of like a sideways seal pose. Your shoulder and your ear can actually meet here and touch. If you want to shrug that shoulder up, you might feel more length along the right side of the rib cage, the right side waist, and then breathe into your right lung. Let it go. Close your eyes if you'd like. 2 more breaths. Lower your right elbow down, roll onto the left hip, and then straighten the left elbow into your other side seal. Drop left ear to left shoulder. And then see if on your in-breath you can think about creating space through the left rib cage. We have intercostal muscles, so muscles between each rib. Maybe find a little stretch of those with just the pressure of your breath in your lungs moving out through your rib cage. One more inhale. And exhale, bend left elbow, lower down to the mat. And then push up into tabletop again. Take 5 to 7 breaths to explore here again, maybe noticing what feels similar to how you started class or different than when you started class. Other options are you could lean back into more of a child's pose and then shift forward to tabletop or cobra. Where is your energy directing you right now? Two more cycles of breath. Good. Walk your hands forward a half step. Tuck your toes, and then glide your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you would like, and then press forward through your palms so you find kind of a lifting up and out of your shoulder blades, staying active through all your muscles here. Good. Lengthen through the spine and kind of flick your tailbone up towards the sky. In through your nose, full breath. Exhale. Let it go. Feel the points of contact of your body on the mat, 2 hands, 2 feet. Solid foundation here, and then feel that fluidity and that movement of the breath in and out. Two more cycles. Giving yourself space to bring something new in. And giving yourself the time and space to let something old out. Walk your hands back to your feet, turn your toes out and your heels in. Malasana yogi squat at the back of your mat. You could, of course, sit up onto a prop here. Hips are between the heels. Bring your palms to touch in the center of your body and then push your elbows into your knees into your elbows. Find that structure and then lift your heart up towards your thumbs. So tall spine here, expansive chest, lengthen from shoulder to shoulder if you can. And close your eyes here. Breathe down into your pelvic floor, soften. And exhale. Feel into that groundedness of your feet, of your palms, of your elbows and knees. One more breath in. Exhale, push through your feet, come to stand, Tadasana. We're still at the back of our space. And then from here, just sway, move, shift. clear something out. Swing your arms. Maybe hula hoop your hips. Side stretch, really just whatever feels good here. Twists. Explore. And breathe. Also feel free to step and walk around your mat. Come onto one foot. Here for just a couple more breaths. If you'd like to stay longer, please do. Inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Exhale, sit your hips back down again, Malasana. And from here, keep that kind of fluid movement so you can rock side to side, pushing your weight into one foot and then the other, moving through your hips. And then walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. One breath in. Exhale, push your hands forward, push your chest back towards your thighs. Lower your knees down. One more round of our tabletop exploration. Do something similar, do something different. Notice how you feel. See if you can help yourself feel better, feel good, feel at home in your body. Another option, which I really love, is taking a side bend, so kind of curling your hip and your shoulder on one side towards each other. Big inhale and exhale. Come back to a more still or neutral shape, and then kickstand your right foot out to the right side. Extend your left leg long. Plant down through the pinky toe side of your foot and open your hips to the left. Stargazer pose or modified side plank. Left hand reaches up to the sky. You can open across the front side of the body, the chest, lengthen from hand to hand, press your hips forward. You can also extend your left hand towards the top of the mat for a nice side stretch through the left side waist, rib cage, lats. I like to circle out my left wrist here. And then bend your left knee. We're going to travel to the back of the mat. So left knee is bent, pivoting over. Bring that right foot back behind you, and we'll end up in a low lunge shape. Bring the back of your left hand to the inner left knee, and then sweep your right arm up, Anjaneyasana. So feel that stability of your left foot and the ball of the right foot, and then the hand and knee pressing into each other. So everything is centering in with your pelvis, with your core, and then lift up and back with your right hand. Breathe into the chest, into the heart. Open across the front of your hips. One more breath in. Good, and take a little bit of a sway back and forth. So inhale to our low lunge, exhale, take a little half split. So kind of straightening into the left knee, but not fully, and sweep your right arm back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. One more, flossing out the hips. Good, turn to the right, pivot to the front of your mat again, end up in tabletop pose. Take a cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail and your gaze, and pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, push through the ground and round through the back body. Left foot kickstands out to the left side. Right leg extends long, pinky toe grounds, and then right arm reaches up, stargazer pose. Let it feel good. Feel kind of all the edges and the corners of your body soften, expand, lengthen. Make space for breath. Maybe roll out your right wrist. And then bend your right knee, pivot to the right, all the way to the back of the space. Left toes tuck behind you. Back of the right hand comes to the inner right thigh, and then left arm sweeps up and back. So hug the knee in towards center. Feel your feet grounded, and from that foundation, we find some expansion. Again, notice if you're breathing through the whole torso, so into the belly and the sides of the waist, the low back, into the rib cage, and all the way up into the chest. One more inhale here. Exhale, half splits. Partially straighten through your right leg and sweep your left arm back. 2 more with your breath. Good. Pivot to the left. Move through your tabletop to the front of the mat. 1 more round of cat-cow. And then bring your knees wide, your toes in the center to touch. Shift your hips back into child's pose, arms, hands stretch forward. Rest down onto your forehead. And then here we become more dense, more heavy, more restful, letting the ground support you. And still moving those inhales and exhales through your body. Start to tune back into your body and your breath. If you want to stay longer, please do. If you're ready, walk your hands towards your thighs and sit up on your heels in Virasana. Keep your eyes closed if you have them closed, and if you don't, try to soften your gaze here. Roll your shoulders back 1 time. Feel the crown of your head stack on top of your spine, on top of your pelvis, on top of the earth. Maybe on your next inhale, you can kind of envision this sense of energy or breath or a certain color moving its way from the ground up through this clear channel of your body to the crown of your head. And then that moves back down from the crown of the head through the body, back down to the pelvis and into the ground. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift a little. And exhale, settle. take one more breath together. Breathe in through your nose, fill up all the way to the top. Exhale, sigh it out, open your mouth and let it go. Hands can come to heart center or to your forehead. And we'll take a little bow forward to the practice of meeting yourself here, being with your body, your energy, your thoughts and emotions, just committing to seeing what comes up for you. You can start to blink your eyes open and take the space in around you. And if you want to finish with any additional stretches or breath work, you can. I hope you feel really good. I hope you found some movement in your body and also with your breath, and just feel this sense of maybe some more clear energy, either to wind you down for sleep or to sustain you through your day. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.